the mid-dock, one phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees and everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the wrist I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest. Oh, I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstated, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the disturbed. I'ma leave it on the side. You run the Christ when the breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us about 20 miles south of downtown L.A. at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Carolina Panthers and our home team. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Going 58's the mic.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
With that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. A shotgun snap for Darnold. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end.
Let's go. Let's do this.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
58 for Mike.
Darnold on first down. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And some room to work. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because he had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, but it's going to be second down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Run, and run it.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. So that one will be accepted.
Let's go, get excited. Let's go, let's go.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. They'll give it here to Brown. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Malcolm Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Check. It's 59. Mike to 59. So don't say nothing.
On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
Who's coming? Mike.
3. You ain't got nothing.
Mike's 22. Mike's 22. Danny. Mike 22.
From the gun, Mariota. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for Carolina. And even 40 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
Mariota now to throw on first down. There goes a deep ball. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 18-yard line.
Darnold from the gun. Bryant has it. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Darnold completes it. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 37. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Darnold now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, Richard. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. And now it's third down.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. James O'Shaughnessy, his first touchdown on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 20.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Mariota to throw it. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Working out of the gun, Mariota. It got his man, complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A big play there for Carolina. 49 yards. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Mike 22, he's coming. One. Get your swarm on. Mike 22, Mike 22. I got you. Mike 22, he's coming.
1st down, Mariota. This one caught by Isabella. And this will be incomplete. Physical play. On the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw Mariota. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately. Exactly. I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Let's go, take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Chargers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Darnold. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 48 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They run the counter. Richard. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers' 14.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And Myers able to knock it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. He'll have a 1st down past the 40, and he takes it all the way up to the 47. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9". Stop your whining. 59's Mike, 59.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have it
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Here we go.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Richard trying the right side. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
I'm going to hit you all.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Yeah, and he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all. As we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
58, Mike. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D.
Darnold now to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Michael Gallup with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Check.
One.
Mike, check. 59.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Mariota now. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Here's Mariota finding Knox there, complete. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
46-yard line.
Mike 51. Kermit. He get.
On first down, Richard. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Your trip is here.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. They'll run again with Love on first down. And some space here. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all. Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
Check. 59.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mariota throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Check 59, Mike.
It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Going to give it to Love. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied. Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. To throw is Mariota. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Jake Bunt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Get ready. Get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
On 2nd down and 4. Darnold nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Boom!
Quinnen Williams.
Sack, baby.
What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
58's the mic. And 80. Defense. 58.
3rd and long, it's Darnold.
65. 65.
Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. And come on.
Mariota.
Come on here. Come get some.
He's going to air one out. And incomplete on the deep ball. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
On the stop, Stephon Anthony with a tackle. Here's Love again.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, That'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Elliott good with a PAT, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards. Up to the 27-yard line. Elsewhere, they have gone to the 3rd quarter now in Dallas, and the Ravens have opened things up there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like he'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Here's Darnold. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Here comes Grant on the return. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Mariota. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing is Mariota. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Charger drive about to get going, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Well, the second down throw on target, and they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Darnold. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. Me and you.
Rashard.
Me and you.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
Three buzz.
At the 45-yard line.
Throwing on second down. Darnold. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 35. Darnold now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. He's got his tight end O'Shaughnessy. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Rashard, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just gut.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Michael Gallup, his second touchdown of the afternoon. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Let's get off the field, D. Check.
3rd and long here for Mariota.
Silver.
He completes it to the tight end Knox. A really good pickup of 28 yards. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Step, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mariota, and the pressure gets to him again. Khalil Mack in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
You ain't doing nothing.
Mariota to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Boys, 58. 58 is Mike. Hey, let's get in them holes.
They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Mike to 59.
Man, I got you.
Mariota. And he'll find Hall. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an error.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. Andy Isabella, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Elliott good on the extra point. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And a sight that's becoming familiar in this season. They remain undefeated, another win under their belt.
And they did it the way that they really want to. Taking a knee at the end of the game, that means you have the ball, you're in control, you dictate the final part of this ball game, and they did exactly that.
And the clock rolls down to 0. A lot of scoring, there's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the home team here, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5